This weekend's really important for us. After last week, going into this week, we really wanted to get back to focusing on us. It's really important that we just really take care of the little details. And so that's what we're really focusing on going into Orlando because Orlando is a good team.
Thank you for that. I'll throw it over to you, Dustin. Go ahead.
Hey, Harry.
Hi.
Hey, a tough one for you guys, conceding 4 goals. Just defensively, what are some areas that you guys have worked on this week to better be ready for Orlando?
Well, yeah, last week was tough. I think a big part of the Spirit is they're very dynamic in the box. And so we are getting back to being ruthless in the box and making sure that we're being touch tight and doing everything that we can to get the first touch on the ball. We learned a lot from last week, and so going forward, we really want to focus on taking care of the little details.
And another dynamic team, Orlando, Marta, players like that. What kind of challenge do they present for you guys? I know they've struggled a little bit of late, but they can be dynamic as well, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any team in this league that you can truly underestimate. Orlando having multiple players, especially a player like Marta, who's dynamic on the ball, I think we have to be on top of our A game and really focus on just the little things, making sure that we know where she is on the field at all times, but also knowing that they have other players that have been able to step up big. So making sure that we're truly on top of what we can control and making sure that we're really focused through the full 90 plus minutes.
And I know you mentioned it, big game for you guys. A lot of teams kind of fighting for that last playoff spot. What's the mentality like in training this week? I know it's one game at a time for you guys. You don't want to look at the other results, but how do you kind of approach these big games with all these playoff implications?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk and excitement around trying to get this last playoff spot, but I think for us, like coming in, doing day by day and really focusing on us is the most important because when we play our best, we can really control a lot of things. And so with all this talk outside of the organization and our daily practice, it's something that we're trying to just really focus on what's ahead of us, and that's one day at a time, one game at a time, and taking that for what it is and coming out and giving 100% effort.
And just last one from me. I know Paige has been here a while, but Malia just getting here defensively in front of you. There's kind of been some changes. How do you feel the back line has been performing this week in the last couple of games, especially with Malia getting integrated into what you guys do?
Yeah, Malia coming in is a great addition to the team, and Paige has been here for a while. We honestly have a lot of great defenders. I think with the changes that we're making, we are in so far into the season, so like we had to hit the ground running and really figure things out quickly. It was exciting getting the Chicago result, but also last game we learned a lot, and so that really made us focus on like what we need to control on with the little details. And so with that being said, like we are really focused on us and making sure that we develop those relationships as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Abby. Good luck Friday.
Thank you.
Yeah, so far pretty good. I think sometimes we do better with tech turnarounds. So obviously a tough game last week, but I also think an important game for this last stretch. A lot of little kinks, little details that we need to get right. So I think that's something we've worked on this week, and we're excited for a big game tomorrow night.
Thank you for that. We'll start with Dustin. Go ahead.
Fabrice, you mentioned it, but just coming off the back of that Washington game, you guys conceded 4 goals. What are some things that you need to do defensively in Orlando? Is it another, explosive team? They get into the box a lot. What are some things that you guys are working on to just slow the process?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the goals, obviously one was set piece, a couple were transition, and one were just in our build in our defensive half defending that just wasn't good enough. So I would say our defensive transition and our box defending in that defensive transition. Obviously, it's easier to defend the box when you have a lot of numbers, but what does it look like when you're tracking back? You got players like, Kouassi, Gift Monday, Rodman running at your back line. Like, how do you deal with that? So, they exposed us, and it was really good. The other piece is, we're still working through, obviously with the new addition of, Malia in the back line, like just working through, okay, how do we all get on the same page and all those things. So, yeah, those are a few things to work on. And then, if you actually look at it, we had a lot of unforced turnovers that led to some really dangerous chances. And that's just really us, like just take care of the ball, get our distances right, and we would minimize a lot of those opportunities that they had.
And you guys brought in Chloe Ricketts this week. What do you envision for her role in the short term for her, but what do you envision for her role here down the stretch for you guys?
Yeah, she's only had a couple of training sessions with us. Very lively, great energy, great attitude, eager, ambitious. So, yeah, I think she could play anywhere on our front line, to be honest with you. Probably see her more as a pocket player. But, yeah, no, dangerous player and good player, and we're happy to have her, and we'll see kind of how she continues to progress as we move forward.
Just last one for me. Big game with Orlando with the playoff push. I know they're close to you guys in the playoffs, but you did it at home. What is the message to the players here, kind of defending the home field? How big is this game for you guys as you push for the playoffs?
It's a final. That's all I can say. It's a final. If you want to control your destiny, this is 100% a game you have to step in and win. A tie is not good. A loss isn't good. So we know what the task is at hand. I don't think we need to make it bigger than it is, but that is the message, and it's the idea of, like, if you look back at our theme earlier in the year about burning the boats, when you burn the boats, there's no plan B. You can't retreat. You can't go back. Like, you have to take new territory, right? Like, there is no second chance. So, yeah, that's the mindset that we have to have and that we will have tomorrow.
Thanks, Fabrice.
Thank you.
Danielle, go ahead.
Hey Fabrice, do you have an update on Jane?
No, still working through week to week. I think she's really close, but yeah, not sure about this game, but as we look forward, probably we're hoping either the next one or the one after. We'll see.
What is the exact nature of her injury?
Just like her thigh, leg.
And then you mentioned kind of, wanting to build that chemistry on the back line a little bit. Just how do you think that is coming along between Malia and Paige specifically?
Yeah, look, it's coming along, and one thing we talk a lot about is, okay, how do we close the gap? The reality is there is a gap, not from any personnel or anything, but just like, we've done things a certain way. You have players, not just Malia, but anyone coming in, like, they don't have the references that we have. We've also worked extremely hard on just being aligned, right? So the question that I continually ask each other, I ask myself, I ask Malia, I ask the back line, is how do we seamlessly integrate her, and how does she seamlessly integrate with us? And so it's a lot of communication, a lot of back and forth, a lot of just talking through things and creating a platform for them to engage in. And the one thing that I've really been impressed with, if you look at our culture, there's a big, like, extreme ownership culture. Like, when we go through film, when it's someone's fault, they're putting their hand up, hey, they're like, that's on me. I got to be better there. And I think Malia has also embodied that in what we're trying to do. So, yeah, no, I think to honestly answer, I think we're doing the best that we can. I can honestly say that. I think from a process standpoint, from an integration standpoint, from all those things, like, so now it's like they're all pros. They played the game for a long time. It's also not overthinking it and just making sure we're just in alignment and on the same page.
And last one for me, Orlando has looked a little bit different since they lost Banda. Just what have you seen from that standpoint of their attack and how it's changed since you went down?
Yeah, look, they still have quality players to create chances on goal. I think with anyone who has, a phenomenal 9 at that spot that can change the game, it's there's an adjustment, and I think they're just kind of sorting through that out. I hope they're still in the sorting through stage as we play tomorrow. So, but yeah, they're still a good team. They brought Ovale in. They've got some players that are playing. Zara's kind of stepped in the back line. So yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. And I think if you give them a little bit of space and time, they can really play and play through teams. So I think that'll be a big key for us. How do we limit their ability to play and then catch them on the counter for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.